everyone. I am trying to record on my phone for the first time in a long time. Hopefully this does not get corrupted. If so, I will go back to the other method that I've been using. But I'm just trying to take an easy route today, you know? I tried to do a dancing video earlier, so I hope that turned out well. And I hope no corruption happens because I need to consistently put out videos. I cannot have anything else go wrong right now. So far, the girls are downstairs watching their shows. This has been a bit of a fuck it day, meaning I ain't stick to no specific schedule today. I just showed them what they like. And they're downstairs watching people pretty much make different versions of the number blocks, whether they do it with blocks, slime, Orbeez, or whatever else they can make out of number blocks. They're really into number blocks right now. I am still working on art. I know I haven't posted any comic strips in a while, but I'm working on them. While you're not seeing them, I'm actually working on them, and I will be posting them on social media soon. Just have to get everything in order. Everything's been kind of put on hold because I'm trying to catch up on a lot of things, you know? I gotta clean, cook, take care of the girls, manage myself to some degree. And all of it has still been hard, and I have just... It's been hard because I haven't found that balance yet. I know I've said it plenty of times, but it's the same thing. Like, everything is constantly in redo. This went wrong, so I gotta redo it a different way. And the pattern is going on and on and on. And we've gotten to this point where I've still not completely got it right. Once I get it right, videos will start becoming more consistent. Comic strips will be posted more. And everything in my life will just seem to fall into place. Well, nothing's really changed with my diet. Still fasting. I'm trying to fit more fruits and vegetables into the day. Like, I have been eating the fruits and vegetables. It's just, I'm still having a hard time giving up the junk food. I'm not gonna lie. This has been hard because, you know, sugar is not an easy thing to give up. Sugar is damn near on the level of drugs. I don't know. I just like things and I don't want to give those things up. Like, I like key lime pie. I like cereal. I like cake. I like juices. I like milkshakes, smoothies, frozen yogurt, ice cream. Like, there's too many things I like, and I can't give it up. And I'm trying to eat it in moderation. I'm at least trying to eat it in moderation. And I am doing a lot better than what I did a couple of years ago. Because if it was a couple of years ago, probably would have had 5 pieces of pie in a day. I've only had... Well, yesterday, because that's more recent in my memory. Yesterday, I had like, what? 2 cups of cereal? But when I say I eat Nesquik and Rice Krispies, I put the powder on top of the Rice Krispies and then pour the milk on top. So it's like, it's kind of like having cereal that turns your milk chocolate. But I just put the chocolate powder on there instead of actually buying chocolate cereal. I don't think it does anything for me. It's probably not any better than just buying chocolate Rice Krispies. But I do like the taste of Nesquik, so maybe that's probably why I haven't just bought the chocolate version. And now that I think about it, I wonder if it makes a difference. It seems like it's about the same amount of sugar, though. Because, you know, it's already, the cereal that's already made chocolatey, they have to add the chocolate powder to it as well, which probably also adds sugar to what's already there. When you eat Rice Krispies by itself, it does not taste that sweet. So I don't really think it has a whole bunch of sugar in it. And if it does, it definitely doesn't have as much sugar as other cereals like Frosted Flakes and any of the colorful cereals, you know? I've also gotten canned pears. Obviously, I've been fitting more apples into the day because apples, I believe, is kind of somewhat always in season. I don't think it's like strawberries where if you get to a certain point of the year, the price skyrockets because they're not in season anymore and they need a certain climate, just like other berries and other forms of fruit need to grow. I don't know. I've been fitting the fruit in and I've been trying. Well, here's the other thing. I'm having a potato issue. I feel like I've been eating too many potatoes. And I know that's bad if you want to prevent diabetes. But I like potatoes. Everything I have to give up, I like. See, if I didn't give a shit, but again, if I didn't give a shit about it, I wouldn't be eating it. So obviously it'd be simple to just say if I didn't give a shit about it, I could easily give it up, you know. But things aren't that simple. But yeah, the actual eating part, still gotta learn some self-control. But I am getting better because I'm eating lesser of the processed food. Learning to cook more from scratch. Even if the food from scratch isn't necessarily a good food to prevent diabetes, at least I'm trying to cook it from scratch now, opposed to eating something already made all the time. This year I've recently made potato salad from scratch. I always make mashed potatoes, my husband and I made him chicken for because I started out vegetarian. This is why I have to keep track of this, because I ain't know shit about chicken before I married my husband. One of them I made with breading, the other I made without breading, and he liked it. And I actually cooked it to its proper, temperature. Because I get scared about that sometimes. Because, if you don't cook chicken right, you can get severely sick. And ain't nobody got time for that. People already got to deal with what we've been dealing with for the past, 3 years? Can we say 3 years now? 2020, 2021, yeah, 3 years. We've already been dealing with that and different variants and stuff. And then we got other severe things. We don't want to go to the hospital for something that's preventable, right? I mean, you can't prevent it if like a restaurant fucked you up. But you can prevent it if it's you. But I definitely, ever since I cooked chicken for the first time, I've always feared undercooking it. Because I do not want to make anybody in my family sick. That's why those chicken dogs have kind of been, those chicken dogs that come in a can? Those things have come in handy because they're already cooked. You can eat them like they are, or you could heat them up. So you have the option, opposed to, the actual hot dogs that come in the pack that you got to motherfucking either boil, bake, or fry. As far as the girls are concerned, I'm starting to try to organize the day a little bit more. I've given it a set time for them to have their lessons. So they're supposed to have their lessons at 2 o'clock each day from now on, just so I can make sure I fit it into the day and nothing interferes with it. I think the only time anything would interfere with it is if I had like a virtual appointment. Other than that, if I don't have a virtual appointment, then they will definitely have their lessons at 2 o'clock every day. I still want to add more lessons into the day just to be sure that I'm keeping them occupied. They're learning. They're dreaming about things that's going to build their knowledge, so they can know things, keep it in their head, retain it, and use it later in life. So 2 o'clock is their mandatory lessons, but after that, I want to complete their viewing schedule from YouTube all the way to Disney Plus, so that, once we hit the Disney Plus, we know after that they go for another lesson. And I've been trying to keep that consistent, and I'm still going to keep going with that until I can make it work for me. Because at first I was just trying to go through the whole viewing cycle, and I realized I never completed it. Just like I've never had a completed YouTube schedule for them. So I figured, since I wasn't actually completing a viewing session with them constantly, I need to set a time, because I have to fit their lessons into the day. I have to read them a book at least once a day. They have to have hands-on lessons. Like, I can't just sit them in front of the damn TV all day and just say, well, that's it. Go out. I mean, I could, but what use would that be to them? And then I would have to put it into practice for me to teach them lessons. So when it's time for me to teach them morals and safety and teach them about the world, they'll actually know how to operate when they're out there alone, And if I don't get them to pay attention to me now, how the hell am I going to get them to pay attention to me when they're 15, 18, 21, 30, Because I always went back to my parents whenever I needed advice. My mom and I would have conversations a lot. So I got used to hearing lessons from her because we would just talk, Yeah, and I would have a lot of conversations with my dad too. So they got me ready for the world by having conversations with me. I want to give my girls lessons by them viewing me as their teacher. I figure by making this my way of teaching my children, they'll remember it better. I get to make it fun. And they'll remember things. I just hope it works, But if it doesn't work, I can always go back to what my parents did, having a conversation with me. But I figure I have to start somewhere, because I figure if I start by teaching them lessons, then it will turn into us just having conversations. Right now they're babies. Like, what kind of conversation am I really going to have with a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old? I mean, obviously, there's a such thing as just getting them routinely used to you talking to them. Like, nobody's saying you can't do that. But you can't expect to have an in-depth conversation with toddlers. I don't think that would go well. I mean, trying to play like you're having an in-depth conversation with them could help you see how much they actually do know. But you shouldn't expect anything like advanced. And it's not because they're dumb, it's because they don't know a lot. They're brand new people. Even at 4 and 2, they're still brand new people. They don't know a lot. So they're not going to be like, well, I have this opinion on this topic, and I would like to use these complicated words to explain my case. And I am waiting for you to either agree or disagree with me, and I will deduct your arguments and tell you you're wrong anyway. You're not going to get that. So that's what I'm trying to do it this way. I'm trying to make it fun. I'm trying to involve their toys and trying to involve more books. I'm trying to involve. I want to actually start some KiwiCo stuff. But I have to get them to follow directions first. You know how hard it is to get a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old to listen to you the first time? And then there's a lot of things that I have to wait to introduce to them, which I don't mind. Because it's like, why not just let the babies enjoy being babies? They're babies. They're not going to be babies forever. I'm thinking about taking the approach of letting them ask me questions instead of, automatically just teaching them stuff and giving them information that they're not even interested in, I'll teach them the basics like math, science, English, Spanish, because they are half Puerto Rican, so it's kind of sort of mandatory for them to know Spanish. So Spanish, English, science, math, history, just teach them the basics, and then they start to get a little curious. Like, I want them to come to me on their own. I don't want to just throw it at them, If it was up to me, I wouldn't start talking to my kids about sex until about 18. It was up to me. But it's not really up to me because the world is a lot more advanced. Like, even when I was growing up, the world was a lot more advanced. I was taught about crabs in middle school. Why am I learning about crabs and other STDs in the fucking 7th grade? I was still playing with dolls in the 7th grade. I didn't like the freaking process of going through a menstrual cycle. It was bloody painful, to say the least, or the most, depending on where your mind goes. It's like, I felt like I could have went a couple of years without knowing all that. And I kind of want to keep their innocence for as long as possible because you're never going to get that back. So you might as well enjoy as much as possible. I can't wait until my anniversary weekend so that we can take the girls to the arcade for the first time. I remember the first arcade I ever went to was Putt-Putt. It was an arcade, and then you could also play golf on the outside. Their pizza was bomb, like, it's awesome. I loved Putt-Putt's pizza over Chuck E. Cheese pizza. No shade to Chuck E. Cheese. But Putt-Putt's was better, yo. Like, I had my I had my 5th birthday party, number 5, at Putt-Putt. And then I had, I believe, my 7th at Chuck E. Cheese. I don't remember. I went there for somebody else's birthday. I believe it was my cousin's birthday or my 7th birthday was there. I don't remember anything exactly, but But yeah, I'm gonna cut it off there. I'm happy to see y'all again. I'm gonna make this shit regular. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.